This is a very healing experience for me. That is in fact my only problem with this kit. Are you ready to meet my new co-host? Hello and welcome to the Faded Wildflower Crochet. My name is Rachel and I had a completely different video planned for today, but after that absolutely horrendous Dollar Tree kit that I tried, I really wanted to get that bad taste out of my mouth with hopefully a good tasting pizza crochet kit, which I don't know if this kit is going to be good, but at least we know it's not going to be as bad as last time, right? So let's go ahead and get a closer look at this. Okay, so here is what this packaging looks like. It is by Bucella. I'm not sure how you say that, but I just thought that this pizza design was so cute. I found this at my local Walmart for, I believe, $11 or $12, something like that. But I know this is one that you can get in a variety of different places. So this one is marked as an intermediate kit, which I love that this has very clear labeling for who this is meant for. We love that on this channel because so many kits are very vague about who the kits are for. This says right here, it's for intermediate. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Future editing Rachel here to clarify something that I didn't realize as I was filming. And that is that this brand, Bucella, or however you say that, has two different pizza kits. One is Pete the Pizza, which is an acrylic kit. And then the other one, which is the one we're reviewing today, is Parker the Pizza. And that one is made from the t-shirt yarn. And when I was looking this up, I saw that Pete the Pizza, the one made in the acrylic yarn, that kit doesn't have very good reviews. People are saying that the yarn is splitting a lot and not very good quality, and that the instructions aren't very good. I can't vouch for it because I haven't tried it, but I just wanted to clarify that while the packaging looks very similar, these are two different kits. Okay, so here is everything that our kit comes with. It does in fact come with this t-shirt type of yarn, which you guys know if you've been watching my channel that it's not my favorite type of yarn. It's just personally, I don't really enjoy working with it that much, but I know that a lot of people do like this type of yarn, and it's a great yarn to learn with. It's a great yarn for seeing your stitches. It's a great yarn because it doesn't split. So I understand why kids use this type of yarn, but it's not my personal favorite. I just have to be honest. We do have a metal crochet hook, which I am so happy to see a metal crochet hook in a kit. We've been getting a lot of not so great plastic hooks lately, so this is nice to see. We also have a metal tapestry needle or yarn needle, whatever you want to call this here. And it does feel pretty sharp, not too sharp, but definitely much better than the needle that we got last time that was completely useless. When I get these types of needles, I actually throw them in my stash and use them over and over again. So I always like to see a metal yarn needle in these kits. We do have a stitch marker here, some safety eyes. This does also come with a little bit of embroidery floss for the details and a little bag of stuffing. Not very much stuffing here, but hopefully that is enough to stuff our little pizza. And then, of course, we have our instructions. So we're going to hope that this goes better than last time, but I mean, there's no way that it's not going to go better than last time. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, you guys, first impressions time. And this is going really quick. I did finish all of the cheese, which feels funny for me to say. For some reason, I'm used to saying, oh, I just finished the body or the head or the legs. But no, I just finished the cheese, which is the first section of the pattern. And you guys, this is going really well so far. I'm so happy to say. I mean, honestly, the bar is in hell when it comes to crochet kits at this point after that last one. And I know I keep referencing that, but man, I feel like I'm dealing with some trauma after that kit, to be honest. And so now this is a very healing experience for me. I know I'm being dramatic, but this is so much better in every single way so far. Let's just go ahead and get this out of the way that I just don't really like t-shirt yarn. I know a lot of people do. I know that it is, again, I already said this in the beginning, but it's good for seeing your stitches. It is good because it doesn't split, but I just don't really like working with it because it ends up feeling a little bit stiff to work with. It just doesn't flow nicely like other yarn. And then in the end, it feels really dense. Like it's not a nice snuggly plushie in the end. It just kind of feels very, I don't know, just not that comfortable to feel on your hands. And so it's just personally not my favorite, but I understand why kids use it because it is, a nice way to kind of dip your toes in the water. Because while this does say that it's for intermediate, you could be an intermediate crocheter that maybe only crochets like dishcloths or something like that, but you've never crocheted amigurumi before. And this can be a really good yarn to start off with in that way. It's just not my favorite. And I've tried lots of different t-shirt yarns. And I've just never really liked any of them, but that's personal preference. So I'm not going to judge this kit harshly from that because as t-shirt yarns go, it's a good quality, I'll admit. Now the hook, oh my goodness, having a metal hook, it's just so nice. This hook is really just a nice standard. I mean, it reminds me of like a boy hook. It's good quality, works great. I mean, I do prefer a hook that has a handle on it, but I mean, as a plain metal hook goes, this one's great. I have actually already used the tapestry needle, the yarn needle, whatever you want to call this, and it's great as well. And these instructions, you guys, are really good. They're just super straightforward. So in terms of the instructions that you get here on this paper, it's, there's no photos, there's nothing like that. It's just instructions telling you how to do it, but they are detailed in such a way that they tell you which row to put the eyes on. They tell you how long to leave your tail. They tell you to weave the beginning tail on the back and to, cut off the excess. It's just giving you those kind of details that I know that's kind of bare minimum, but a lot of kits that I've tried do not give those sorts of details. So I find that really nice. But if you are a visual person, if you prefer a video tutorial, this kit does come with one. Now, I'm personally not really that much of a video tutorial kind of gal. I use them occasionally if I don't know how to do a stitch. I'll go on to YouTube or something like that. But in terms of for amigurumi, because I already know how to do them, I prefer a written instruction. But I know some people love a video tutorial, and especially if you are a beginner. Now, this is labeled as an intermediate kit, but if you are a beginner-ish, advanced beginner, something like that, this is a great video tutorial from what I watched. I did just kind of scrub through it. And she starts out in the beginning showing you what all of the stitches mean. And it's not too much. I feel like I've watched some video tutorials where they just go on, and this is this, and it's really slow. It's to the point, but it's detailed enough that I feel like you're getting all the information that you need, which to me is a perfect video tutorial. I really like it. And I mean, it's a real person with a real voice. It's not AI, which is amazing. So I mean, this kit is really knocking it out of the park so far, I have to say. Parker, the pizza, is knocking it out of the park. There you go. So that is basically all I have to say so far about Mr. Parker, the pizza here. So I'm going to go ahead and get comfy cozy on my couch, start working on the sauce and the pepperonis, and I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, so I did finish the pepperonis here, and the sauce here, it has the little bit of crust there at the top. And I have, in fact, run into my first problem with this kit, and that is that they forgot to bold row 20 of the sauce. I'm so disappointed. I'm obviously being sarcastic right now. I mean, it would have been nice if they would have bolded that row, and that was a little bit of a typo there, but that is in fact my only problem with this kit so far. Everything else is going really well. I have pretty much nothing else to say, but that's the only problem so far, is that they forgot to bold that. Now, the other thing that, if I'm being nitpicky, that I really didn't mention much about why I don't like t-shirt yarn is also because it is kind of hard to get your stitches as tight as you usually want them for amigurumi. And I do feel like that's especially emphasized on this because this is worked entirely in rows. The only thing worked in the round so far is the pepperonis, but everything else is worked in rows. And I do feel like, now on camera it looks way better, but there are a few gaps here and there you can see. And I do feel like t-shirt yarn is just in general a little bit harder to get your stitches right, but I'm not worrying about that too much. I do think overall, and again, it looks really good on camera. And we are going to have, I guess, 3 layers here. So the cheese on top and then the crust will be there on the back. I don't feel like it's loose enough where there's going to be stuffing coming out, but we will see once we get to that. That is the only crocheting I have left is the crust, and then it'll be time to sew this together. This is a very, very quick pattern. But before I finish this up, I am going to go eat some lunch, which is going to be my leftover birthday lunch. Yes, in fact, my birthday was yesterday. My birthday is 9/11, which is not the best birthday ever, and in general the vibes were kind of off yesterday, but I am going to go spend some birthday money after I go eat some lunch, and I will have to show you what I'm going to spend some birthday money on because it's something whimsical and fun and something that's going to bring me some joy, and hopefully will bring you guys joy as well. So I will show you after I get back from doing that. I'm really excited. I'm being really vague, but you guys are going to see it in like 2 seconds, so I'm not sure why I'm acting like that, but I'll be back with my new friends. Okay, you guys, same day, different shirt. I ended up spilling leftover birthday ramen all over my other shirt, but it was delicious. Anyway, are you ready to meet my new co-host? I bought a skeleton. I have been wanting to get a skeleton for ages at this point, but I'm always like, oh no, I don't really need one. But I am planning on doing a video where I make clothes for Polly, my porch goose, and Button, my mushroom guy. And I figured we could make some clothes for our skeleton friend here too. So he's basically a business expense, okay? Anyway, I am accepting names for him. I did get the 5-foot version, which is in fact taller than me. So that is fun. And while I was out, do you want to see what else I found? I got Halloween kits from Five Below. I have heard some rumblings. Some of you guys have told me that these kits from Five Below, these Halloween ones specifically, are possibly entirely AI. So we're gonna check that one out. And then this one is actually a knit kit, which I've been seeing these go around. And there's been a few of you that have told me that you'd like to see me try them. And some of you have said that these are actually pretty good. So I got the little ghost one. So I'll probably make a video trying both of these out together. So stay tuned for that. I am going to get back to making Parker the pizza here, but I thought I'd let you in on my little bit of Halloween fun. I am excited for Halloween this year. Anyway, back to the crocheting. So Parker the pizza is done, and I think he turned out so stinking cute. I'm kind of obsessed with him. And I wore my Cats on Pizza in Space shirt in honor of Parker, but I feel like you can barely even see the pizza, but there's pizza there. It's there. Anyway, at the end of these videos, I like to talk about different aspects of these kits and say whether I give it a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or a sideways thumb. So let's start off by talking about the supplies in this kit. So The supplies, as I've mentioned several times, included a yarn that is not my personal favorite, but I can recognize when a yarn is not for me, but I understand why other people like it. So that's basically how I felt about this yarn. Not a bad quality at all, just not for me. And I would have preferred it if it was a different type of yarn, but again, that's personal preference, so I'm not counting that against this at all. The hook was really good. I actually used the hook the whole time, even though I don't tend to prefer hooks that don't have a handle on them just because they're not as comfortable. But I just used it the whole time. And this was a really quick pattern, so I really didn't have to use it for that long. But the hook was good. The needle is one that I'm definitely adding to my stash. The safety eyes worked just fine. The stuffing was good, so I'm giving this category a thumbs up. Now, I used to do a separate little category for the amount of supplies in a kit, but I don't really feel the need to do that on this one. I had plenty of yarn left over. I did, though, use every bit of that stuffing that they gave me, but I maybe borderline overstuffed him. He is looking rather thick. So now let's talk about the instructions in this kit. And as I already mentioned, the instructions are extremely straightforward. There's no photos or anything like that in the instruction sheet that they give you. And I may be a little nitpicky there and could give that a sideways thumb because I do prefer there to be some more photos, at least more than one. I mean, the only photo they showed you was of the front. They didn't even have a photo of what the back should look like or anything. So I could dock points for that, but I'm not going to because the video was there and the video was good quality. So if you did want to see what Parker looked like from some different angles, then you could be able to just hop onto the video and do it that way. But really the written instructions were detailed enough that I didn't have any problems at all. So again, thumbs up from me. So now let's talk about the design of this kit. And I absolutely love this design. I love that it's worked mostly in rows except for the pepperonis. I think that is a really clever design. It made it really, really quick to do. And I think that it's really cute in the end. And you guys know what I do when I like a design of a kit. I make my own version in my own yarn. So I made this one right here in just kind of various velvet yarns that I had in my stash. The only thing that I don't like as much about him is that the colors are a little bit off, but I was kind of just working with the yarn that I had. And my daughter decided that since this one's name is Parker, that this one's name is Peter. So together they are Peter Parker, which is perfect because of that scene in Spider-Man 2 where the guy says, "Hey, he just stole that guy's pizza." Do you guys know what I'm talking about? We quote that line in my house all the time. Anyway, the only design changes that I made for Peter here is to change where I put the face and then just change where I put the pepperonis. I just think that that looks a little bit cuter as opposed to having all of the pepperonis down here below the face. I don't know, though. Let me know what you guys think, which design you think is cuter, because I do think they're really both cute in their own right. So now let's talk about the price, which I paid $11 for this at my local Walmart. I think because of the quality of the supplies and the quality of the instructions, I think it's definitely worth that. I think that's a pretty good price. So again, thumbs up from me. So that's right, you guys. This kit got thumbs up across the board from me, which is very rare on this channel, I have to say. This definitely brought back some hope for the state of crochet kits that are on the market right now. But, you know, the ones that we're going to be trying here soon, those Halloween ones that I bought, they might not be up to snuff, but we will have to wait and see for a different video. But as far as this one goes, I definitely like it and I definitely would recommend it. And at the end of these videos, I do talk about who I would recommend this kit to. And the packaging does say that it's for intermediate. And I would say that's kind of accurate, but I would even say that if you're an advanced beginner, you might be able to take on this project because especially if you're coming from maybe doing like dishcloths or blankets or something where you're working in rows and you want to get into amigurumi, this would be a great place to start because most of it is worked in rows, except for the pepperonis, of course. It would really give you a good introduction into the world of amigurumi. So I would say, like I said, advanced beginner, intermediate, maybe not your first ever project, but I think that you could definitely handle this if you've had a couple of projects under your belt. I also love that truly this is the type of kit that you could throw in your bag and you're gonna have everything that you need to make this, which is kind of the point of kits. But a lot of kits that I have been trying lately, you have to end up subbing in your own supplies because the supplies they give you are useless. And so it's really nice the fact that you can use all the supplies in this kit. The one thing that you would need is scissors. They don't include scissors, but other than that, you'll have everything that you need. And I just love that. So that does bring us to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I want to know, what were you working on as you watched today's video? Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to come hang out again, make some cute things. You can join my Patreon where I have bonus content, exclusive patterns. You can get access to the Discord. And thank you again for watching. I'll see you next time.